Melbourne, please put your hands together for Brett Blake and Bron Lewis for Work Hates Life! Yes!
Oh, yeah!
We did it! They said it couldn't be done, but we're fucking here.
And look at this. This is awesome. What a beautiful turnout. Thank you so much for coming.
So well lit. You guys are beautiful. I wonder who did that. Bron's so good at lighting. She loves it.
He said to me, hey, I'll pick you up at 2:30. I said, okay, why? And he said, because we've got to set it up. I said, I'm doing nothing. And then I came here and I did nothing. I sat there thinking, I could have been home for this shit.
You did heaps. You sat there, you judged me. I think you told me to fuck off twice, which was nice. Bron,
he took a photo of us and he goes, put that on social media. And I said, no.
Her one fucking job she has to do. No, but I'm pumped to be here, guys. Give yourselves a massive round of applause for coming out. Come on. Bronny, how's your bloody festival been, mate?
Yeah, it's been great. Anyone come to my show yet? Oh, great, thank you.
Was it raining that night? Was it raining? Was there buckets out? Was there...
Okay, my venue's not very good.
The skylight fell down when I was there? Were you there the skylight night fell down?
Yeah, you guys were there. That's fucking awesome. Yeah,
well, to be honest, if the skylight did fall down, I'd get rid of that shit haircut you've got.
Hey!
I'm joking. It looks beautiful. I'm so sorry.
Brady was offered the same room as me, and he goes, no. And I said, do it with me. It'll be fun. We'll have the same room. It'll be great. And he said, no. I think I'll go for a way more expensive room. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I thought, you idiot.
And then I went and saw a show the other night and I thought, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, well, I have had great nights. There's only been 2 nights that I haven't enjoyed it. I think you might have been there, one of them. Were you there the night I hated? Yeah.
It was your fault. If this show goes to shit tonight, it's your fucking energy.
That was
I'm so sorry, Woz, I love you. And he comes to all my shows, I love him. And
there's only been 2 I've hated. Raw, you came on a great one, thank you very much. And
fuck, you on first name basis with everyone in the crowd.
Yes, I am.
My old foreman from construction is back there. Brycey! Bryce, was I any good at the job? Yes! I paid him $20 to say that.
No way. So 2 nights have been shit. The first night was like a Tuesday. I was like, oh, that was pretty rough. And then the Thursday was really bad. I was like, fuck, that was brutal. That was awful. And as I was leaving, I said to my sound guy, Nate, he's so nice. I said to him, that was awful. That was so brutal. I hated that audience. And he said, no, they were good. I said, no, they weren't. And he goes, no, they were good. Tuesday hated you way more.
Well, it's good to know to scale it, but I had a rough one 2 weeks ago. I was working my dream job. I haven't had a job in years, but I was working for Nitro Circus. Yeah, you know I'll come out of retirement for that shit. And man, I was frothing on everyone. They're all my favourite riders. I was probably annoying the shit out of most of them. They had like a half pipe set up, and I was like, guys, don't worry about the half pipe. Just jump me with a BMX. They're like, please stop asking us to do that. And I'm like, I'm not going to. And then just about half an hour before we kicked off, maybe 20 minutes, I had a few beers with the guys the night before, and I was like, I'll just let out a cheeky fart. What's the worst that can happen here? And I shat myself at Nitro Circus while I was on the phone to my mum. And then I had to go have a shower in the green room, and they're like, why have you gotten rechanged? And I was like, I thought they'd be like, oh, well, these guys are all extreme athletes. They'll think this is funny. I was like, I shat myself, and all of them looked at me like I was a pig. They're like, that is disgusting, dude. I was like, I know, I'm past 38. I can't trust a fart anymore.
Brycey, did he shit himself at your job too? Are you
Not
sure?
that you are aware of, brother.
All right, should we do it?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Are you going to sit next to me or are you sitting over there?
Yeah, I'm going to move mics when you do the intro, yeah.
Okay.
Come on, mate, you've had one job to do besides the lighting all day.
Fucking hour, isn't it? All right, we're so excited about this episode. We have got 2 excellent guests on. You all know who they are. We are pumped. Can you please put your hands together and welcome to the stage Broden, Kelly and Sam!
Yes!
Woo!
Oh, my Lord. Hi.
Oh, my God.
I'm so excited. excited you guys are here.
You're all beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I have been working out.
Yes, you too. Yes.
Oh, you met them. Okay. Well, I'm pumped that Broden's here because Broden, many moons ago, I did an ad for Bonds where I was a Bonds underwear model. I think their sales went rapidly down after seeing me in underwear. But you wrote that ad.
I did. It was, I sat at home. Max Miller directed it from my comedy group.
Yes.
And so I wrote it, and I had to sit in meetings with people and impersonate you. And
I really want to see that.
Yeah, can you do
and
it?
What came out naturally was a lot of fucking.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, Dusty Martin, yeah, get in there, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Fuck, he's good.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Did you shit your pants for that role?
Not for that role, but that day, yes, absolutely.
Went full method. What would Brett do in this equation? Probably call his mum and shit his pants. Yeah.
Did you tell your mum that did you say, Mum, I've just shat my pants?
No, so I said, Mum, I gotta go. And then I had to go to a
I've
park.
already gone. Yeah.
I've gone twice.
Yeah.
Had to go ditch me undies in a park, and then it's too much information. I'm so sorry. And then I rang Mum back later because I was like, Mum's got a good sense of humour. And I rang. I was like, man, I was on the phone to you and I shat myself. And she couldn't stop laughing for half an hour. I think she was proud.
This could be your way back in with Bonds, is, you know.
Yes.
Well, they got for periods. You got those special undies. Maybe you could have one for old men who shit themselves. Like you could remove the back sleeve or something.
I reckon you could.
You're laughing, but there's about 4 40-year-old blokes over here who are like, this is a fucking idea over here.
I'm really about that.
Yeah.
And we've also got the beautiful Sez. Thank you so much for coming, Sez.
Thank you.
Now,
Honestly.
Sez, I've learned about you when I was online, and you
Loved
did
it so
so
much.
many incredible public toilet reviews.
Yeah, you guys are talking about shit. I'm just sitting here like, yeah, those were the days. And you can use Bond period undies for that. Yeah, I've had a few blokes message me online say that they work, so you'll be fine. Yeah.
They messaged you about that.
Yeah, they're like, just letting you know. Guys, the messages I get about people shitting, they're like, I just need to talk to someone who would understand. And I'm like, okay. Like,
Yeah.
I
use
would
those
love
undies.
that. I love when I hear a story about someone shitting their pants. It's my favourite fucking thing in the world. But yeah, everyone's like, have you tried this toilet? Like, it's a fucking online media thing. Fuck off.
No, it's fine. It's just bad when people are like, I think I've got Crohn's. Like, do you know? And I'm like, I'm actually not a doctor though. Like, maybe talk to someone. But I try my best, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Gosh. Actually, my brother's ex-boyfriend, I haven't seen him for years. He sent me a picture recently, and it was a picture of Sez holding his phone with a gigantic turd on it. And I was like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
I was on my way to a gig when that happened. I'm like rushing through the street, running with my guitar, and it's like, hey, I need you to see this.
Do you know him?
I know him now. After
I was going to say, you know him intimately now. He's just showed you a massive
we know
shit.
each other pretty well.
Yeah.
But it was actually great because I was having a bad day and I was like, I just need something really weird to happen.
That's
and then that happened and I
awful.
was like, you know what? Yeah. Like, it's that simple, guys. It's not that deep. Life, because we just wake up, we shit, we go to sleep.
When you do stand-up comedy, you get like a lot of clips from family members like, oh, you do comedy, this is all so funny. Like, it's my cousin sends me like Gary the goat. This comedian's got a goat in Kununurra and he just does a double act, and the second act is a goat, and he's like, you'll love this, and I don't. But because that happens to me, people would be sending you like, check out this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've become the repository for all 9/11 footage.
Oh, really? How come?
Firstly, what is a repository? Because I think
I don't know, but it sounds like I'd shit it out.
Yeah, because I've talked about 9/11 before, often, and
I thought you were implying you flew the plane.
no, definitely not. I can't fly a plane at the best of times. But people all day, every day, send me 9/11 memes.
Wow.
And I've seen this one because they do get her. And there's one about a girl opening her NSYNC book from her younger years, and it's a journal with all the NSYNC guys in it, and it just says, "Today 2 planes flew into the World Trade Center" as her journal entry.
Oh, that's It's beautiful.
Good morning.
Absolutely magical.
The pipeline from 9/11 to shits. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It's real. It's real.
Guys, keep sending them in, but the ones I get a lot of because I love 1990 Fords, and I get tagged in so many videos.
Wait, sorry, what's that?
And I fucking okay. It
Ford's-
starts with an EB Falcon. No, any Ford from the 1990s, I'm obsessed with, and people tag me in it, and I fucking love it, dude. It's
Yeah.
like keep them coming, keep them coming.
Do you like the Ford Telstar?
No.
Yeah, no one likes the Ford Telstar.
But I also have a soft spot for it because it's kind of sporty and sexy in its own way.
Yeah. When did they?
I don't think, and I will fight anyone in this room, Ford have never made a bad vehicle.
Shout out
No
to
one agrees
Ford.
with me.
I don't know enough Fords to challenge that, to be honest.
I can detect that vibe.
Wait. You drove me here in your shit car. Isn't that a Ford?
Oh, sorry, we don't have Teslas. We don't support Elon Musk,
But
mate.
what's your car?
Mine's a Ford Focus. It's the worst one. Someone put on, because it looks like a hairdresser's car, and I was working construction with Brycey, thank you. And then someone put a sticker on my car. It wasn't at that construction site. And you know, like those 1990 girls who had like flowers, the Playboy bunny sticker. Someone put on the back of mine a rainbow, and it just said "Magic happens." And I was like, "Oh, this is good bullying. That's really well thought out." Yeah.
I'm just proud that you guys have cars. Like,
Thank you, Says.
some of us are out here just,
Shitting
raw
in
dog in the
public
streets.
toilets.
Yeah. I was shitting my life away for a car. I never got one, Double demerits too. Lost my license.
I think you told me that. Yeah, you got on your phone.
Christmas Eve, man. I was just changing a playlist at the traffic lights, Campbelltown, Sydney. Don't change music. Guys, I should not be talking about this. Shout out to New South Wales Police. But,
Nah, fucking bring them down, you dogs. You know?
Dude, it's because I lent heaps of demerit points to my mum before that because I was like, I'm such a good driver. I would never, ever, get double demerits. And then, she won't give me any points back.
I think I reckon I've bought so many demerit points off open mic comedians in my lifetime.
Fuck, I should do that.
Yeah, dude.
Bro.
Because I know they're poor and they need it, you know what I mean? I think even like Aiden Jones, when Aiden was struggling and he was going to the UK, I was like, I'll buy 8 off you. And he goes, they're $200 a pop. I was like, you've really got me here, you fuck.
I didn't know you could buy them.
Well, you can't buy them, but they got to say
for
they're
clarity,
driving.
this is all illegal. This
Oh,
is
yeah,
just.
okay. I was like, this doesn't sound right.
Yeah, you just got to say they were driving the vehicle.
Oh, so you just had a fine
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
said,
but
"Can you
people do.
please?"
That's a nice thing you do for your friends. And
It's
family.
I've been giving away for free, just from my heart,
Well, it's your mother. You're supposed to
your
do
mum.
nice things for your mother. I'm going to steal all my kids' licenses.
Do it.
My dad took one off me once, but he didn't know about it.
What do you
When
mean?
I was on my P's, I did something. I can't remember what.
Was it 9/11?
Of cars, yes. I did a 9/11 of cars, and I think my mum put it on his without telling him, and then found out later. And was, oh, Jesus Christ! He flipped it. He went nuts. He also went nuts on 9/11. I was 11. I was like 10 or 11, and me and my brother are watching all the footage happening on the screens, like taking it all in. And Dad walks out in his towel. He'd been listening on the radio. Just for updates, and he came out and genuinely said to 2 little boys, he said, they're sending F-18s to Afghanistan. It's World War III.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, sleep well tonight, boys.
He said that to us. So I took a demerit point off him in return.
Yes.
Every time I go back to Perth, I borrow Dad's car, and like Perth highways, I mean, they're just begging to be fatting down. And I always get like a fine in his fucking Hilux or whatever. And I was like, it wasn't me. And he's like, I'll get the fucking footage. I'll get they can take a photo. And I was like, do it. It wasn't me, dickhead. And then it was, but they had the photo, and he goes, not only did you speed in my car, I could see you smoking. I said, I got the need for speed and nicotine, baby.
I can only the FIFO workers on those freeways. I can only imagine.
Oh my God.
Whenever you get to that airport, it's just men in high vis, just like with their on their haunches, just shaking their head at the airport. Just like, I've got to fix. I got to sort my shit out now.
if you're like a I don't know, well-to-do person or whatever, and you go to the Perth lounge, that must really throw everyone. And there's a reason why, because Virgin many moons ago never used to have the drinking before 11 thing. You could get a beer at like 8 a.m. But I blame the Perth domestic Virgin lounge and Perth people. That's why they brought in that fucking curfew.
Makes me sick. It's disgusting. I've never been to Perth, but
I'm from there. You can figure out the vibe.
Oh yeah, sick.
I had to explain Perth miners to a guest we had on recently. I don't think we've put it out. Red Richardson, he's a British guy, and he was like, "Oh, so what is Perth like? What do you mean?" And so Brett and I were in charge of describing Perth to him. We're like, "It's very hot and it's not good." And then I was saying that my cousin is a miner there, and a colleague of his got fired. Because it was such a silly thing to get fired over. Poor guy. He was on the plane back from like some shithole mining town, and a woman who wasn't a miner, she stood up and she tried to get past him, and he didn't move. You know those motherfuckers who were like, just move over me. You know, so she had to go past him. And whilst she was going over his legs, he buried his face into her crack.
I shouldn't laugh, but
and motorboated it. So
he motorboated her asshole.
And he got fired.
Can you believe it?
Was it Gina Reinhardt?
Yeah. Gina Reinhardt ain't squeezing past you, brother. Fucked it, man, because Dad worked in the mines forever. He was an underground surveyor. Then he eventually moved. He eventually moved into like HR nerd, and but one of these guys, he goes, "You wouldn't believe the shit that people do on a mine site and think's funny." And Dad's like, "You know, the classic one where you cut someone's brake cables." And the guy's car went into an open mine pit. And I don't know if you've been to Kalgoorlie's super pit. It's the largest hole in the world. And
No
they thought it was
one's
funny.
been there,
They thought it was
mate.
funny that people would drive into that with no brakes.
That is pretty funny.
He's like, "Oh, you can't do anything anymore."
I say Perth, there's the FIFO workers, but then there's also like 80% South Africans who are like, we just decided to move in 1994 for no reason. It just felt like a change, you know?
Fuck, it is true. Yes. South Africans or whinging Poms is a
There's a lot of
20% of
Poms
it. Yeah.
Why are the Poms there?
I don't know. They all came over because there was like a £1 Pom thing. So that's why my parents, £10 Pom, came over.
It's a show on Stan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is too. But they came over, and my family, like back a couple of generations, moved over, but they were told it was beautiful. And then my nan was a royalist, and so she moved to Queen's Park because she thought, oh, that sounds regal. But it's Queen's Park is Cannington, which is even worse than Forestfield, if you can imagine. It's the roughest place in the world. It was such a shithole.
None of this means anything to me, Brett.
Who here is
Regret
from
asking.
Perth? Like,
Anyone
give
from
us a
Perth?
shout.
So you know what? None of this. I'm going to have to edit all this shit out.
They're all working
anyway.
You're going to edit it out, are you?
No.
Is this going to be like the Adelaide episode again?
Oh my God. Okay. We did an episode in Adelaide. We could not release it. It was too mental.
Why?
It was too mental. It was just, we would have
We're
all
not gonna
been
recap
cans. We can't even recap it. No. Was anyone there? No.
No.
Okay,
There you
good.
go.
That's why they've come to this one.
I grew up in Adelaide. It's the worst people in the world.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
it wasn't
no,
the people, it was the
they were
comedians
fine.
on stage. It was,
Who was
it was
it?
me and Lawrence Mooney in a room together. And we're both naughty boys and like to push the line.
So it says, what is the worst job you've ever had? Have you had many?
Thank you. Unfortunately, I have worked.
Yeah.
I think it was really hard thinking of this one because most of my jobs have been so fucked, to be honest.
Yeah.
But because I worked hospo for like 5 years and I'm a terrible bartender. So I always got like the worst shit to do, like the worst. Sorry, every time I say shit now, I'm thinking about shit. Fuck. I had a job in Scotland. I lived in the UK for 3 years, and it was a job where in the mornings I'd clean all the caravans in a caravan park, and then at night I would be the bartender in the local pub, and it was like in winter. And it was the most fucking gnarly Scottish locals ever. Only 200 people lived in the town. It was hectic. And honestly, I learnt to drink in this job. Like, It was like I would literally be drinking with people I worked with. I got so drunk, I'd vomit in the toilet. I'd come back out and they'd be like, all right, keep going. Keep going, lass. You're 18, but you got to keep going.
And it's not really a bad thing because the next day you just have
had
to
to
clean it
clean
up.
it.
So.
Yeah.
Literally, I was cleaning like, oh my God. And then there was a hostel I worked in this town too because I got so bored. I was like, let's just add another job on. You know what I mean? And we would do this
It's like
thing.
you're begging for bed bugs,
Right.
caravans and backpackers,
Yeah, the
dude.
worst
Literally.
jobs.
And then one thing I'll tell you, which is like for legal reasons not true, but everyone who's worked in a backpackers, what you do is you steal all the coins from the washing machines because you get paid so badly, and there's like fucking $40 in each washing machine.
How do you do? You just break it? You have to have tools for that?
Well, you've got to collect the
got a
coins
key,
and
yeah.
like
It's got a
give
weird
it to
key.
the boss or whatever. So you're like, not many
Oh.
people washing their clothes this week, I guess.
And my pockets are fucking heavy.
Literally. And then we'd all, like me and the staff, would just go to the pub and get really shit-faced to kind of deal with the decision we made of being in Scotland in this town.
Where in Scotland were you?
Where is this?
Oh God, it's being filmed.
I don't think the guy who.
We'll beep this out just because there
Yeah.
is one guy who's a mad fan.
Yeah.
Beep. It's called
That is how it works.
Applecross. It's
Applecross.
like, yeah, it's in the Highlands, like proper deep in the Highlands.
Yeah.
And there was like this night where this is going to sound sad, but it's funny. Okay, it's actually really funny.
Okay, good. I love when someone has to preface something with that.
In the town,
Don't
there
feel
was
sorry for me.
Is it going to be
Yes.
sadder than 9/11?
Depends on your vibe, you know what I mean? But there was this, like one night we're all drinking and I felt like I'm a real Scottish person now. Like I get it. And they're like, all right, we're all going to go down by the lake and we're going to play a little game. And I'm like, sick. I was watching Outlander at the time too. If anyone, so I was like, I'm going to find my Jamie Fraser, like some hot guy in a kilt. No hot guys in kilts in
None.
Scotland.
None.
Nowhere. But then there was this competition where everyone would like basically just like piss on each other. And they
I don't
were
think
like,
that's a competition. That's called a fetish, dude.
but it was like, no, it was like 30 people, which was the whole working like town.
It's a small town. You got to make eye contact with them the next day.
Yeah, but then the second round was
Wait,
like all
wait,
the
what?
people.
Where are
would-
they pissing? Like, which
Guys,
one
am
the
I
mouth?
regretting choosing this story?
No, I'm not. So is it like mouth? Is it fucking what?
Whoa!
Oh, sorry. Is that the line? Do they all get stung by a jellyfish? I'm trying to figure it out.
It wasn't that kind of tune. We're not pissing in each other's
Oh, okay.
mouths. No,
Yeah.
just on the legs. And then we'd get seaweed from the lake and throw it at each other's faces. And then the next day, yeah, it's all coming back to me right now. The next day, like everyone was just so chill about it. And I'm like, everyone who works in this town just pissed on each other last night. But I couldn't do it, right?
Under pressure?
I couldn't, like, I tried, but I just couldn't. And then I was like the fucking joke of the town for the next 2 months. So because I didn't piss on everyone, I was bullied mercilessly. And I'm like, how does this work? But they still message me now and they're like, how's the, obviously you started the shitting thing because you can't piss. And I'm like,
Oh, they're roasting
That's
you
pretty
about
good.
it.
yeah, but it's like a public thing. It's like on their Facebook page.
The pissing?
Yeah.
Why are you shaking your head like, yeah, have you been there?
Guys, I'm sorry, you asked for my most fucked up job story.
We did ask for
We
it.
did, and I'm
we
loving
weren't,
it.
we weren't
But
ready
I'm gonna,
for that.
maybe we should have made this into a clip. I'm scared they're gonna come for me. But I will say, that was weird, but I was like 18 because I didn't go to uni or whatever. So I was like, I guess that's just like a normal backpacking experience. Yeah, that's it.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say, normally backpackers piss the bed, but not on each other.
Yeah, they fucking piss the bed all the time. Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of cleaning. There was one night actually where we didn't have enough clean sheets for the next day. So the boss was like, just turn the sheets inside out. So we turned like 20 bed sheets inside out for the new people coming through.
That upsets me because I'm a bit
I
of
know.
a... Yeah.
I left a week later. And that was not because of the piss, it was because of the clean sheets.
The sheets is where I draw the line. I can sleep anywhere, but it can't be filthy.
The one place I've backpacked is Scotland.
And you pissed on Says.
And the funniest thing was, Broden, no.
Pit Lockery. Do you know what that is? Pitlochry?
No, I didn't travel too much after that.
Why'd you choose that town? Why'd you
Why
choose
did you
that
choose a
town?
town of 200 people?
'Cause it was on Gumtree and it was like a live-in job.
This is all your fault now.
I didn't even know the people. Like, I got to this station, they picked me up in their car, and I just worked there for 6 months. Yeah.
So you didn't know them, you found them on Gumtree. Did they pay you?
Yeah, it was like £7 an hour. I think that was before that old. Guys, but I have had a job, unfortunately. That's why I started, unfortunately. Yeah. So, yeah.
Have you done Edinburgh Fringe yet? Have you done the big fest?
No.
But when you go back, you've got to make the whole show about this.
I don't know if I'm ready.
It's got I'm back.
That's going to be my Nanette, that one, I think.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. It's weird though, because I was 18, so I was like, yeah, I guess this is just how it goes. And then as I worked more jobs, I was like, I don't know about that. But I'm not
So
traumatized.
when do we piss on each other, guys? The next job's like, what
Everyone
the
take
fuck's
your
wrong with
pants
this
off.
one?
You're all pissed on each other now.
Yeah, we
No.
rub seaweed on ourselves afterwards. It's pretty normal.
Beautiful seaweed though. Yeah.
Is it? Well, that's great.
In the lake, in Loch Ness?
Not in Loch Ness.
No.
In
Were you
the
near a
lake
beach?
that was there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like near the Isle of Skye, if anyone knows that. Yeah, you fucking
She knows.
get it. Yeah.
Have you pissed on anyone?
Not recently.
See what I mean?
Did you just have a Scottish accent as well? Oh, okay. I was like, that would fucking
Yeah,
rule, dude.
anyone
Yeah.
Scottish in the room can confirm. No.
No one's putting their hand
No,
up for
it's
this one.
I
Secret
feel like-
Celtic thing, maybe.
No,
and
I
fucked
think
it
they
up.
they've just bullied you so badly.
Now I'm a comedian, you know what I mean?
It's
I
all
just bloody
It all makes sense.
And so you quit that one? Was it in spectacular fashion or did you?
Nah, I just left. I just took my things and went. I was like, may as well not get in a chat about it. I used to be very shy back in the day,
No confrontation. You're like, fuck you. I'm not.
Can't piss anywhere.
Yeah, I was holding on till I left. Woo! No, I just went on to the next job. Went back to
The
London.
bed sheets upset me because I was doing a motorbike ride and we ended up I think it was maybe Drake or wherever the fuck it was, and there was the accommodation was freight containers with bunk beds in it, and I was like, yeah, whatever, it's $20 a night. And then I went in the room and then all the beds had been slept in and they were all dirty, and I went back to the reception. I said, all the sheets haven't been changed, and she went, I went, okay, well, I guess I'll sleep in someone else's filth then. She's like, it's
nice
$20
to meet
a
you,
night.
Says.
Yeah.
Well, the boss was like, you got to tell them this is what they paid for. And I'm like, fuck, I hope no one actually asks about it because that's like hectic to say. No one noticed because everyone who stayed at the hostel was always
maggot.
shit-faced.
Yeah.
And covered in piss.
Yeah. Everyone
They
would
don't
sleep in the
care.
wrong beds. Like
Yeah.
people sleep in the common room. Like
Ugh,
it was
hostels are
messy.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Everyone always has sex in there, and there's on
What,
the
sex
bottom
isn't
bunk.
disgusting. It's
It is.
beautiful.
People would have sex
Excuse
on the
me, Brett.
roof.
Man,
You're
that's-
unwell.
I was
It's not
in a
okay.
backpackers and two people were rooting
Yeah.
below in the same bunk, and I was like, "Is this a threesome?" Because I was up on the top. I'm like, I'm counting this, dude. Also, brother, crack a window. It stinks in here. There is a musky smell with sex. That's all I'm saying. I'm a light sleeper. I couldn't concentrate.
That's what the Mormons do.
What do they do?
The Mormons do that.
What? They crack a window.
Yeah, soaking where that's not sex if you enter and someone moves the bed.
Oh, I've
That's
heard
not
that.
fucking.
I have heard
Dude,
that.
that
That
takes
is-
away so many of my notches on my bedpost. If that's true. But I was like, because he must have had too many whiskeys or something. I was like, just fucking finish, cunt. It's 3 a.m. I want to go to sleep. I'm sleeping next to a powerhouse. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Broden, what is the worst job you've ever had?
Well, we're talking about Edinburgh, and when my group did Edinburgh, I was supposed to be really scared, but I wasn't scared because my first job out of drama school was all I wanted to be was an actor, and I got a job doing I got a job immediately out of drama school, but it was in theatre in education, and essentially
Sounds so nerdy.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
kids, today we're going to learn how to clap our hands. Yeah.
that's pretty much Brett.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I'd wake up at 5 in the morning and I'd have poles in my car, which was the backdrop. I'd pick up 2 women in their 30s who knew themselves well.
You're walking into a school with poles and just random women. This
and
sounds
I'm 21 and I weigh half what I weigh now, and I want to change the world with theatre. So I'd show up at every school in Victoria.
You wouldn't have done well in birth, brother.
I get there at 8:30, half an hour before the shows. You walk in, you set up in the gym, and then I would do lines like, "If you send a picture of your willy, is that bullying?" And then I played a character called Jake the Ape, and I would rap about cyberbullying. And
dude, can you remember any of this raps, please? Please, it's my gift for this year.
Brett, it was like 15 years. Have you ever heard of a cyber? They use mobile phones, computers to bully fully. They use the internet. They use the internet, cyberspace, to get online and post something on MySpace.
MySpace, fuck.
And I would get. And it was supposed to go for an hour 20. It would go for 45 minutes. Me and the 2, because I was like, let's fucking change some lives. And the women in their 30s who knew themselves were like, no. And then we'd do that, and then I'd be home on the couch by 10:30 in the morning, and I'd get $100. And you got 15 extra bucks if you brought the poles in your car.
So what, the kids, how old are these kids?
They were so. And this is, I'm after your show at night, so when you're on stage, I think about this all the time. But the best was if our grade 6s. So grade 6s are the most sweet. Like a primary school is a community where there's a garden and there's teachers who are almost your extended mother and father kind of situation. Then you get to year 7 and you've got this, it's the world, but I've still got that innocence. Year 8, it's still there. Year 9s are the stinkiest.
Yeah.
Most evil people in the world.
Yeah.
Like bad people. Bad people.
Oh, yeah.
So I would hope if I saw 7 and 8, I'm like, we're going to be okay. If it was a year 9, I'm like, I've got to fucking fight here. I got to fucking fight.
You're rapping in front of year 9s. Oh!
And sometimes we were misbooked, and I did it once to year 11s.
They had Christian groups that used to come to Forestfield Senior High School, which is insane, and they used to put us all into the fucking, the gymnasium, and then they'd come out singing and be like, all right, and they would sing and rap about Jesus, and you just get a wave of boo! And just me at the back going, is your dad proud?
Yeah. That's me in Edinburgh, Scottish people go, you're not fucking funny. I'm like, mate, I've performed to fucking Padua fucking Catholic fucking year 9 stinky little cunts. I fucking am not afraid of you. But we also always had the best opener, which was, and I've put it in Aunty Donna sketches before, which is always some fucking asshole phys ed teacher who thinks he's fucking king shit, and he's the coordinator for year 9, and he's always like, year 9s, we've got an incursion today, and you represent the school, and if you talk, you will fail. You will be sent, and your parents will get a letter. No talking, and just like this fucking real rail, and then, all right, go. And then they proceed to walk to the back and get on their fucking laptop and do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's every day.
They're on the laptops. If they're a sports teacher, they're sliding into all the young girls' DMs, that's for sure.
Absolutely. I had to. No,
every PE teacher is a fucking sex pest.
We had one in our school called Mr. Blewett, and it was so funny. When it happened, we were just like, you fucking asked for it, cunt. We were like, when it came to child safety, he blew it. And then he got fired. But it was like, how would you have that name, Blewett?
We had self-fulfilling.
We had Mr. Bender in primary school, and then we had a kid, and I think he listens to this. I'm so sorry for outing you, but you changed your name. His name was something Gobby, and then he became a police officer, so it was Sergeant Gobby. Then he changed his name.
Do you know Nicola Gobbo, the lawyer who worked for the police?
No. I didn't know who that is. Who is that?
The Lawyer X, which is the reason Carl Mockbell got out the other week and went straight to Northland. Did you see that?
Mate, have a look at me. Does it look like I look or listen to news?
One of the major underbelly characters was in prison for 18 years. His lawyer was leaking shit to the cops, so he got out on that, got home, went straight to Northland Shopping Centre.
It was his first port of call.
He's like, get me to fucking Northland.
Can't blame him.
I heard they got a 24-hour Kmart there. I want to have a look at some coat hangers.
When I was a teacher, we did take the kids because in state schools you just have to do like the worst jobs ever, and so they're like, okay, on Wednesday afternoons you have to take the year 9s to lawn bowls, and I was like, me. I do. And they're like, yes, Bron, you do. I was like, you fucking motherfuckers. So I take
a couple
these
of schooners down the lawn bowls.
Yeah, I
They're
took them
fucking
down
evil
there.
little fucks, man.
They're awful.
And they stink.
They are awful.
They stink like shit, man.
Yeah.
And they would, and I'd just sit down the side, and then the lady would come out and be like, try and teach them how to do anything, and they wouldn't be listening. And I'd be like, well, they don't listen to me either.
Yeah.
And the woman would be like, okay, can you help me? And I was like, do what? She was like, some of them are throwing the fucking lawn bowls. I was like, well, what else are you supposed to do with them? She was like, well, not that. And I was like, I don't fucking know, you fat nerd. I don't work here. I didn't do any of this shit. Anyway, she's put it in a formal complaint about me.
So, I think Eltham private college fuck out of there. They have this thing, and because I grew up near there, and they're like, in year 9, you go into the city for school, and you go away for it. Does anyone go to Eltham here? No. You go into the city for a year. I'm like, of course, because you fucking stink and you suck and you smell like shit. They fucking want you away from me, you stinky little fucks. So they just put them on a fucking train and send them into the city with the rest of the fucked people. And they just fucking walk around stabbing shit and stinking like shit. Fucking hate year 9s.
Yeah.
This is bringing back so many good memories for me. Because we used to torch, maybe I've mentioned on the pod before, but they took Forestfield kids on outdoor ed. And they're like, we're going camping. And like, you guys want to go camping with us, do you? Fuck yeah. And they bought all these new tents. And then like, I think one of my mates was asleep. It was 2 a.m. at this stage. They couldn't get us to sleep. I think someone bought a bottle of Jim Beam. It was sick. And then we lit a tent on fire while there was 2 kids in there.
Oh my God.
But it was such cheap plastic. You know, like when plastic catches fire, it just evaporates very quickly. So they went from inside of a tent to outside of a tent half naked. And we're like, whoa! And then the sports teacher came out. She's like, well, you're a fucking bust now, you fucking idiots! And she drove us home at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, because you set fire to stuff, man.
The children.
That's like serial killer shit. There's going to be a Netflix about you.
No wonder there were missionaries coming to your school being like, please, can some of you cunts turn to the church, please?
So who's the teacher, right? Who, like that teacher, right, is now watches TV and sees you in every fucking ad. And they're like, that little fucking cunt ruined my life. And every time they see you, they feel worse about it. They like... But I should have fucking left him in the forest.
But there'll be some teachers like, well, I must have got him on the right path. He seems to be doing okay. And then they got to come to my show and I just shit on all of them. Like, that one was a bitch.
What was your nickname in school?
Just Brett. I don't think I had a
You
real
don't need, that's as low as it comes.
Any of you have nicknames in school?
No, I never got a nickname. Oh,
Blakey?
No, they went to, because Perth love adding an O. So it was Bretto.
Yeah.
But Bretto doesn't really flow off the tongue very well.
No.
And they're like,
Bretto. Brett, how are you, man?
Yeah,
Bretto.
Bretto. Oh, it does actually. Yeah, now you do that
Bretto,
accent.
how are you?
There was
so calm here.
There was no South Africans at our school. They went to nicer ones, yeah.
Now, I know that Sez has to leave a bit early, but before you go, Sez, can you please tell us what the worst gig you've ever done is?
God. No pissing was involved, thank God. Worst gig I've ever done. Fuck, there's been a few. God, I'm so sorry. I actually prepared a story and I fully forgot.
That's okay. That's how the beautiful mind works.
I think the worst gig I've ever done is when, like, oh, now this seems sad too. Fuck. melancholy. I don't know why. It was just this gig like up in the Northern Rivers, and I was visiting my auntie, and I was like, oh, I may as well do a gig while I'm here because I'm a comedian. That's what you do. Turned up to the RSL. I'm like, let me show you guys how comedy works, all right? And literally I just got up on the stage and like everyone left the room. And I just was like, and I'm a musical comedian too. So I'm with my guitar like, I'm like, everyone la la la, and they're just walking out. I'm like, so I just didn't do the gig. I just left, just had a couple pints, hit the pokies.
Was your auntie there to watch?
No, no.
Thank God.
Guys, this seems sad. But like,
Your auntie didn't go.
to be honest, I feel like my family they're like, you do what you do. You know what I mean? I went to Steiner, okay? That can sum up a lot of this. Yeah, only 2 years, got kicked out of Steiner.
I used to do theatre and ed for Steiner a lot of the time, and like the students would just get up and walk away, like exactly at your fucking gig.
I went to
Was
They're
country
allowed to. They don't
Steiner.
have to
Yeah.
be in the constructs of a
Yeah.
classroom.
And like in the Q&A section, where other schools are like, you know, why do you bully? And they'd be like, when you
Oh, God.
when you move that way, why do you move that way? I'm like, I don't know.
That's like, honestly, I think that's why I dropped out of high school, to be honest, because you'd just be like, I don't really understand this equation. And then your teacher, Cairo, would be like, well, actually, when I was in Bali on this retreat, and just go into this big thing for an hour, and I'd be like, fuck off, cunt. Like, I need my HSC, you know what I mean?
Man,
I need my ATAR, brother.
Maybe I went to a Steiner school because all the kids used to walk out of class all the time, and all the teachers always went to Bali. So
I was at country Steiner too, and I feel like I've seen some city Steiner because I was going to do a little tutoring at them. City Steiner's like rich kids though.
Yeah.
It's like
Of course.
Montessori
Expensive to go there,
vibes.
yeah.
Like country Steiner's like, send them there, keep them out of the schools, you know what I mean? Here it's like a fucking flex. Like
Yeah.
wooden toys and
Yeah.
rainbows. We were just in the bush being like, that's a tree, feel the tree, love the tree. Done.
I think ours when we had ag school, like you could go to either a normal high school or you could go to agricultural high school, and I fucked up. I should have gone to ag school. They just seemed like you just light shit on fire. It was fucking sick.
Farming and shit.
Farming on the
cattle,
land.
Bitches,
They let you drive
cars,
tractors. I'm
yeah.
like, what the fuck was I doing in this nerd school?
Speaking of
like-
agriculture, I'm gonna go, I guess. I gotta go to my gig, I'm sorry.
Yeah, give it up for Sez, everybody!
Thanks, Sez.
Wait, I'm on my period, okay? That's why I was a bit melancholy. Shout out, I love this podcast, I love all of you. Okay, I'm bleeding!
Just an unnecessary.
That's great. Thanks, Sez.
I'm on my period.
I'm on my
leaving.
period. Thanks for leaving with us, Smoke Bomb. Hopefully got those reusable undies that you can shit into now, which I'm excited about learning about. Fuck yeah.
Now, Broden, thanks for sticking around. You must have had some bad gigs in your time.
No, why do you say that? Why do you say?
Because you're the same venue as Bronny is, that's
Yeah.
why.
Funny you mentioned that. Yeah. Yes. I'm in a comedy group called Aunty Donna, and we've eaten shit a lot. Oh, mostly where Sez was in Edinburgh was the first place that we used to get up in rooms in Melbourne. Like there's a room around the corner called Spleen, and the stage is like from here to
Tiny, yeah.
tiny, and we would get up and do 4-man sketch comedy. And people don't want that or like that or need that. But then we went to Edinburgh, and then we really learnt how shit we were. There's 2 gigs. We signed with Bad Management in the UK when we first... And we
Was that
went
what they were called?
Pardon?
They were called Bad Management.
They were called Electric Talent.
Okay.
I'm not beeping that out, by the way.
Yeah, and one day we got to England and we got sat down for a meeting like, hey, your manager quit. And now I'm in charge, and they were in charge. Like, and you're booked on these gigs all around England that you have to get to by train, and we haven't booked any train or book for you. So places like Bedford, Milton Keynes, Maidenhead, shit that sounds like it's from Midsummer Murders or whatever.
Yeah.
And one place that I'll never ever forget was a place called Dartmouth. Which, has you heard of Dartmouth? Yeah. Murder in Dartmouth. And it was 4 hours away, which is like genuinely the other side of England, like Warrnambool here, but the other side of fucking England. And the roads there are horrible, horrible. So we get there, and it's a coastal town, and it's beautiful. But this all the other gigs we'd done, like 10 tickets sold. This one sold out. We're like,
That's great.
we're like,
Oh, you didn't feel like that.
Well,
You
why?
didn't think it was a good sign?
Oh, it wasn't like we fucking made it.
Yeah.
Words got
Yeah.
around to bloody Milton Keynes or whatever the fuck it is.
Why are there no tickets for this show? And we get to the venue. It's a beautiful venue. It's like 200 seats sold out. And then we look at the poster and it says summer comedy with Aunty Donna. And it was like summer comedy. And Aunty Donna is often misconstrued as a one-woman cabaret. But it's actually 3 men doing absurd sketch comedy. We're in the wing and we can see the audience coming in, and I'm not joking, like 98% walking frames.
And then you hit it with a techno, Aunty Donna.
Yeah, yes. So our show song, put your dick in a toaster, because I put my dick in a toaster. It's essentially that for an hour. Well, stop, boys, put your dick in your toaster, and then I would put my dick in the toaster, and then it's just this, and different versions of this. Not true, put your dick in the toaster. I'm going to put my dick in the toaster. It's that for an hour. And the audience did not laugh. And this show was supposed to go for 70 minutes, and it went for 45 again. And I remember.
Back out there, get the dick back in the toaster.
I remember I'm in a scene with Mark on, don't you do that, naughty boy. And he's like, I'm gonna, and he was walking off, and usually he runs. I was like, I'm gonna, and then as he walked off into the wing, I was on stage, but I could see out the corner. He just stepped into the wing and then got into the fetal position. And then we left the gig. We just bowed quickly and left and hid in the fucking until they all left. And then we went to do the drive.
That would have taken ages.
Yeah.
Gotta get 97 Zimmer frames out in one go.
And then on the way home, England just closed all the roads. We had to keep getting off the highway, so it took 7 hours to get back to London overnight. And I remember waking up the next day, I was ill from the fucking trauma of it. Edinburgh is the second gig I'd love to talk about now. Edinburgh's the worst place in the world, and everyone there's stupid and ugly. And you're told it's the Mecca of comedy, but it's actually just fucking pale people with really the worst food in the world. No salt, no flavour, just soft things. Cool. They just soft, flavourless things.
Is it because
just paid my deposit for Edinburgh Fringe yesterday.
Yeah.
It's actually the worst fucking place in the world. And and for that month, the population goes from 500,000 to 4 million. Yeah. And the rest is just cunts from everywhere else going, I'm going to be a cunt here now. And so you do these shows for bad loser people. And
please buy tickets to my show. I actually don't think that about you, Edinburgh. I need to move some numbers. Thank you.
You stink. You're you're the year 9s of the UK. And so also British people feel it, and British people are worse than Scottish people. They stink, and they're full of, and they all moved to Perth for a reason.
Yeah.
And so, but every comedy room, you do shows during the day to try and sell tickets to your show that night. So you do gimmick rooms, or you do 10-minute sets. And every room has to have a gimmick. It's joke thieves. So you both get up and swap sets, and it's funny. No one can just get up and do comedy. That's not enough. So there's one room called Comedy in the Dark, where you get on stage for 10 minutes and the lights go to pitch black. They cover exit signs it's pure darkness. The texts are all under blankets, so you cannot see, and you cannot leave the stage until the 10 minutes are over.
Was it in pitch blackness? Did Russell Brand come up with this?
Exactly.
A couple of us
fucking very possibly. And so, you cannot leave, and it's notoriously bad, particularly for groups that are doing physical comedy.
Oh my God.
Hang on, so there's 3 you can't... What?
Yeah.
Who's talking now?
Because you don't even know if the dick is in the toaster or not.
I can't see the fucking toaster, mate. It should be a red colour or hue.
So we'd heard in the past other groups refusing to get paid for it, refusing the money because they were so ashamed, they felt so much shame. And we're well, we're doing it. We go up on stage, we're hey! And then the lights go dark and just silence. And we're doing the show, and we had a song to go to if things were going really bad. And we're if it was 6 minutes in and it goes bad, would you go to the song? We're a minute in and no one's laughing. And then just so clearly, like it was in a science room of capturing pure sound. I just heard someone go, "This is literally the worst." Just normal talking volume. And then 10 seconds later, the song kicks in. And Mark, again, sorry to tell this story, Mark, but you're on stage with the microphone because he just got down to get in the fetal position on the floor and did his lines in a fetal position. And I think we got paid. I think we gave it to a homeless person on the street because we couldn't take the money. And we're like,
Oh my God.
But getting
that
roasted
sounds
from
awful.
that accent as well, this is the word. Like, shut up, you toffee nose cunt.
yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%. I still have a complex about the British.
Yeah. Well, Brady, you had to change the title of your show to go to England. Why? Or to the UK?
I think it was like it's
'Cause your show's
called Little
called-
Turd, and
yeah.
and someone said, they might not translate well.
They
And I
don't
was
know
like,
what turd is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They
They also
do.
call undies pants.
And then I had to so I changed it to Scallywag. I don't know any other fucking British words, do you? But then I was like, do we actually have to change it? They're like, yeah, no, they won't get Little Turd. I was like, I reckon they will. I'm
But
not
that's
from
like that sounds you're like an Anzac in World War I on the Gallipoli, like, oh, those scallywags
Yeah.
up fighting the Turks.
Yeah, fuck. Well, now I've figured out that they're the worst crowds in the world, and I've got a shit name, so I'm feeling really good about this run.
I did see the part where I saw the post. It was like, going to Edinburgh, little scallywag. I was like, oh, that's so embarrassing.
Why are you fucking messing me beforehand? Because I was like, isn't scallywag like a little turd or something? I don't know. What's a scallywag? It's
That's
kind of in the...
something-
Like a naughty boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
but
still
it's-
works, but it's not good.
Well, did you decide that one? Or did
Yeah,
someone
well, I had to
suggest
pick a
it?
different one. I said, well, here's some options.
What were the other options?
Oh, I couldn't be fucked, so
There
I
was
said,
no
I said,
other
I said scallywag or cheeky scallywag. That's the only two words I could think
Also,
of.
scallywag was going to be in it no matter what.
Yeah, it's,
What was it
Good
called?
choice.
it's called Little Turd, and now it's going to be called Scallywag.
Well, like, what's in the name? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. You're an Aunty Rachel?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly right.
Auntie Rachel,
I
fucking
think
hell, my
I think
brain's
you'll have
working on all cylinders.
You're going in August?
Yeah.
Report back because
Oh, you'll hear the death notification. On the news, going, oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to go because I went to Edinburgh Fringe many moons ago, but I had an easy sellable show.
Yep.
It was called The Bartender's Guide to Idiots. So it was just drunk dickheads who worked in hospitality.
Right. Yeah.
So I only have a positive experience of Edinburgh Fringe.
great.
But now I'm going to get a reality check, so I'm excited.
What-
But I'm going to Amsterdam afterwards. I'm going to get fucked up on acid, so who gives a shit?
yeah, we went with Aunty Donna went with Michelle Brazier's group at the time called Backwards Anorak, and they sold out every day because their show was about Game of Thrones. So if you panic, just make it the White Lotus show or some shit.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Oh man, there was so many...
Yeah,
The what?
adolescents.
Adolescents.
Yeah. Yeah, do a show about a child murdering people.
Well,
Very
it's funny
funny.
you should say that
Super
because that's a
funny.
very heavily theme in my show. No,
And do it all in one take if you can.
it's live comedy. It is one take.
But they fly away at the end if you can. Out the roof.
I've got a drone, so I'll just take off at the end on that. But it's I fucked up on the name, but I forgot where I was going with this riff. There you go. And
Hey, don't be a scallywag. It's okay. So, Broden, have you ever been fired? I don't think you would have been fired.
you're too nice.
You're
Well,
too lovely.
I've been fired. Well, the first time I properly got fired, I worked at Flemington Racecourse for one day. I had to work the summer racing when I was at drama school, and you had to work. You only had to work 4 days, and you got a big wide-brimmed hat and a green blazer. And I worked on the bird cage.
Where all the cunts are.
Yeah.
They won't let me in anyway.
Just fucking Oppenheimer at 1 year, please. Yeah, I worked there one day, and you have to work all 4 days. And then I was like, well, I can't because I'm in a challenging Russian adaptation of Nikolai Ersky's The Suicide at Drama School next week. So I'll just
Big
say...
fan of that,
Yeah. You're familiar with my work?
Yes.
And then so I just said, yes, I'll do all of them, and then called in sick for the Melbourne Cup. And... And then I showed up on Fuckhead Day. What's the third day? Whatever it's called, Flower Fuck Day. And and I just showed up. I was like, I was sick. And they were like, did you have a birth? Did you have a medical certificate? I was like, no. And they're like, give us your hat back. And so they
Not
sent
my
me
hat.
home. They sent me home. They couldn't do that.
Do you know what you could have said to them? This is literally the worst.
Well, yeah, I should have known that. Would have been great.
I'm assuming that's a line from that play, is it?
No, it was 5
I
minutes
did a
ago.
riff about
I was still.
your fucking CTE. What's wrong with
No,
you,
I
cunt?
was still trying to figure out if I knew what that play was. I tuned out. I was like, do I know anything about this play?
No, of course you don't.
I got the job at Flemington Racecourse because my first proper job when I was in year 12 was working in the Melbourne Cricket Club.
That's cool.
So I got the job through pure nepotism. My grandfather, Pat Kelly, worked there from 1954 all the way to his passing in the 2016.
And did he die at 9/11?
No, he got through. He's in 2016. He saw the towers come down.
Okay.
Thank God.
But I worked with him, so when I was in year 12, I pretty much got the job working on, there's a thing called the Long Room, which is where the richest, oldest fuckwits in the world all go. And there's paintings of lots of white men, and the waiting list to get into the members.
As I call it, the good old days.
Yeah. I have heard you say that, yeah. It's getting closer to that Adelaide show. And you need to get into the MCC. You need a collared shirt with no torn pants, and you need closed-toed shoes, and women similarly appropriately dressed. And my job for many, many years was to tell men of any age that they couldn't come in. So at 19 years old, I'd say, "Sir, you are not permitted to enter without a collared shirt," and they didn't like that from a little orangutan. I got told once, "You're dealing with the upper echelon of society talking to me." Do you know that? Like, there's proper people who are full still status shit. And I met all of them, and they're all fuckheads, and I know. And some of them are in the media now, and one day I'll go. And
Go Postal.
yeah,
I
and
got in there once. Yeah, I got into the MCC.
There's
No, I
way
don't think
we
so,
believe
no.
No, I did. No, I did.
No, surely not. No.
I got a friend who's fucking loaded, and he took us there. He's like, you have to wear a collared shirt." I was like, fucking hell. But then they have a nice bar area. But then I left after 10 minutes. Like, this is actually fucking shit. Because when you go to sit out to watch the game, you can't bring a beer out there. Because when the cameras go to you, everyone needs to look nice and civilized or whatever. I was like, I can't bring a beer out to watch the footy. They're like, no, you can watch it on the screen in here. I said, send me back to the rest of the pigs in the fucking trough. I left. I went back out. I was like, fuck this shit.
That
Trying to
does
rip the
sound
collar off my shirt as well.
You'll be happy to know that COVID killed that tradition. And there's been a dumbing down of the members now.
I'm back, baby!
Yeah. Seriously, I was there the other day. And you tell me if you think this is true. Do you think in Australia, for the bogan, hard solo has overtaken beer?
It actually has.
Yeah, fucking hell.
It
Seriously?
fucking really annoys me.
Yeah, like fucking just the hardest cunt standing there with a fucking fizzy.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Does the taste of alcohol hurt your little taste buds, does it, sweetheart?
It's called fucking hard, so it's actually better than... It's actually fucking sick.
It's in a black can. It's actually 6%. Everyone that comes to my show, which are pretty rough-looking dudes, they're double fisting hard solos.
100%.
I'm like, you guys are fucking soft cocks.
Yeah. It's actually fucking sick, man, because I'm actually just off the site, have a crack a few... They're bringing out hard Sunkissed, apparently.
No.
If that happens, I'm going back to being sober. Fuck that. We all know that's not true.
All right, we got to wrap this up. Thank you so much, Broden, for coming in.
I got sacked.
Yeah, okay.
No,
How'd you
I
get
had to do
sacked?
13 games a year of the AFL, but I was doing too much Aunty Donna, so they sacked me, and I said, well, that's for a good reason. And then this year, I was the face of the MCG for the AFL. And so I went around saying, remember when you sacked me, cunts? And
Yeah, but the reason why they
Yeah.
sacked you, because you're like, hey, check it out, I'm going to put my dick in a toaster.
Yeah.
And that's frowned upon without a collared shirt.
You can do that, young man.
Very good.
Guys, thank you very much for joining us for the
Thank
long
you.
work. Hey, it's one more time for Stez and Broden Kelly.
Yeah.
Make sure you go see him through the festival.
Yes.
I've been Brett Blake, and that's been Bron Lewis. Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been fired from a lot of places. I've been fired from so many places.
I went into the class one day, real bullets.